What is fragrance load? The wax can't bind with all that extra oil. How much liquid, in this case fragrance oil?
Oh my god.
Tests are done and numbers are in. Have you ever dropped some serious cash on a beautiful fragrance oil and you followed all the steps to make candle that should work perfectly, but as a finished candle you find it not to match your expectation and it is feel like almost nothing, a weak scent that made you wonder what on the earth you did wrong? It is one of the biggest frustrations in candle making. So the logical next step seems simple, right? Just add more fragrance oil. But does adding more fragrance oil actually make any sense? Does it actually make your candles stronger? Or is there a point where we are just pouring expensive ingredients, fragrance oil, and our money into the wax and not getting any results? We have all been there. And today we are going to find out a definite answer. In this video, I'm going to use 3 common fragrance loads to test head to head and show it down that if it works or not. We are making 3 candles with the same wax type, same wick, and same jar. And the only thing is changing is fragrance load. We are playing with 3 fragrance loads, 6%, 8%, and 10%. And we are not just going to sniff them or do any guesswork. Oh no. We are gathering real measured result for cold throw, hot throw at different distances, and overall burn performance to find out the truth. Is there a sweet spot for fragrances? Does 10% totally blow the others away? Or is there a way we can reduce fragrance load and still have the higher performing fragrance or still have the higher performing hot throw? Before we even think about melting wax, it is really important to understand what we are actually testing. What is fragrance load? It's the percentage of fragrance oil you are using as compared to the weight of your wax. It is not just a random number. It's a super precise measurement that controls not just how your candle scent work but also its safety and how well the candle burns. Think of your candle as like a paper towel. It has limit how much liquid, in this case fragrance oil, it can actually hold into. And this is called wax maximum fragrance load. Most wax makers will tell you that this is on their specs sheet and it's somewhere between 6 to 12%. If you go over that limit, the wax can't bind with all that extra oil. This is where you get a whole list of problems. The candle can sweet, leaving little beads of oil on the surface. It all can cause major burn issues, like a wick that can clogs up and put itself out. And even worse, a flame that gets dangerously high because it's feeding that loose oil. And ironically, overloading your wax can sometimes give you a weaker scent throw because the oil is not vaporizing properly with the flame. It just kind of sits in the melt pool, making the scent muddled. That's why we are going to test these 3 popular percentage today. 6% is often seen as a softer but also standard of starting point for basic candles. 8% is more popular way of middle or ground level that ton of makers also use, and 10% is maximum recommended load for a lot of popular waxes. We would expect the absolute strongest scent throw possible with 10%. This experiment will going to show us that how each fragrance loads actually perform in real world. So let's talk about our method of experimentation. Now this whole thing to work, we have to run fair amount of experiments and test. That means we have to control everything we possibly can so that only one thing is different in each candle, which is the fragrance load. For this experiment, every single component other than the fragrance oil is going to be same. We are using the exact same fragrance oil in all three candles. I have picked up a scent with a nice balanced profile. It has some light top notes, floral mid notes, and a solid sandalwood base. This complexity will help us to see if the fragrance load is higher, does it make any difference, or if the fragrance load is lower, does it make any drastic difference. Third parameters are our containers and wick. All wax will be poured in identical glass jars and using identical wicks. And finally, the math. Accuracy is everything. We calculate our fragrance load by weight because it's a more precise ways other than using a measuring cup. For a 1 pound of wax, which is 16 ounces, the math works like this. For 6% load, we multiply 6 ounces by 0.06, which is 0.96 ounces for fragrance oil. For our 8% load, we multiply 16 ounces by 0.08, giving us 1.28 ounces for fragrance oil. And for our 10% load, we multiply 16 ounces by 0.10, which is 1.6 ounces for fragrance oil. We will weigh everything out on a digital scale to be super precise. By controlling all these details, we can be confident that there is no difference between all three candles other than the fragrance load. All right, it's enough with the science. Now it's time for the fun part. Let's make these candles. Welcome back. So here I have made all these three candles with three different fragrance load of 2 weeks ahead by the time I'm recording this video. So here is the 6% fragrance load and 10% fragrance load, and this one is 8% fragrance load. And I have used all of this wooden wick here and the same type of jars, and these are now ready to be tested for gathering the data. So here our testing is broken into three parts: cold throw, hot throw, and the burn quality. So cold throw is, this is how candle smells even before it burns. A great cold throw is what makes someone buy a candle in a store. So now I'm going to sniff each of these candles and rate the strength on a scale of 1 to 5 for the cold throw. To make sure I am not going to be nose blind, I have my coffee beans ready because I'm going to sniff in between sniffing all these candles. So based on my observation of sniffing all these three candles, I have scaled it between 1 to 5. As of my observations here of sniffing all these three candles for cold throw, so scale 1 to 5 for fragrance oil load 6%, I will give it 3, and fragrance load 8%, I will give it 4 out of 5, and fragrance load 10%, I will give it 5 out of 5. So the thing is that what I noticed between fragrance load 8 and 10, there is not much difference in both cold throw, but yeah, there is very minor difference. That's why I'm just giving it 8% to 4 scale and out of 5, and 10% to 5 out of 5. But for the fragrance load 6%, actually to my very surprising, I mean, it is still like it's still smell by three. I mean, it's not very minor. I mean, it's I can still smell the scent. That's why I'm giving it 3 out of 5. It is already 1 hour. Let's check in room number one. So this candle is with 6% fragrance oil at room number one. Is burning like this. I think I use bigger wick here because I think it was my mistake because I tested it with different wax and I thought it will work with this wax as well, and which was my mistake. So I think for the burn quality I can't check perfectly because it's not the perfect wick. After this, I will check now from the distance 1 feet and 3 feet distances. So we are going to room number 2. Oh my god. Oh no. I think wick size was really big for this jar. Again, I said it's my fault, so I can't test it for the burn quality because wick is not perfect. Okay, but I'm going to test it for the distance for hot throw. Now this is for room number 3. Yeah, it seems burning okay, but again it is over wick. And I'm going to smell it from 1 feet and around 3 feet for the hot throw. The tests are done and numbers are in. The results are pretty fascinating. Let's break it all down. First, about the cold throw, which we discussed already, and I explained to you the rating I gave for 6%, 8%, and 10% fragrance oil candle. How much was the cold throw? So, which we already discussed. Let's talk about the burn quality. Actually, as I mentioned it to you, by mistake, I used new wax with this wick, which I was already tested with this jar, and I was not aware with that wick and that wax combination will shoot, and I found that it was overwigged. So for the wick performance or burn performance, I'm not satisfied with this, and it's my mistake. I think because I needed to test that wick with the wax I used. So I think I will run more experiment just for the wicks. But as of now, we have really fascinating results about hot throw. So for the hot throw, all three candles were strong at 1 foot distance. And the 10% was just like a beast. It was very strong at nearby at 1 foot distance. The 8% was I found was also strong, but felt little more balanced. And the 6% was perfectly pleasant actually. There was nothing I found it was weak scent. It was not weak scent. At 3 feet, this is where the 8% fragrance oil load candle performed so well. I found that between 8% fragrance load and between 10% fragrance load from 3 feet distance, I couldn't find much difference. It felt both were like similar scent. And when I talk about the 6%, it was still there actually at 3 feet distance. I mean, still, it was really pleasant and I can smell it, and it felt like a strong scent. But the 6% fragrance load scent loses his intensity at 6 feet distance and after. The 10% was also really strong at 3 feet distance. At 6 feet and beyond, this was the biggest surprise of the whole test. The 6% candle was fainty there. I could still feel a little bit of sand, but it was fainted. Like nice background around there. The 8% candle was brilliant. It successfully filled the space, that room from 6 feet distance and after 6 feet distance. I found that it room was filled with the nice, good aroma. And the 10% candle, it performed no better than 8% candle. I found that because the aroma for 6 feet and beyond for 10% fragrance load and 8% fragrance load 6 feet and beyond, they both were similar. There were like nothing I could find different for 10% and for 8%. I don't know if all of that extra expensive fragrance oil we use for the 10% load was even needed, or did it provide any benefit. So here is analysis and conclusion, the big takeaway. So what does this all mean for us as a candle maker? This is experiment showed a clear understanding that more fragrance oil doesn't always mean better, stronger candle. Our results shows that 8% fragrance oil load was the perfect one and was similar to the 10% fragrance oil load. It gives us the absolute beast balance of the candle scent. It had a fantastic cold throw, perfect, not clean burn because of my mistake. I used this wrong wick, but it has excellent hot throw, and there was nothing I could find to compare between 10% fragrance oil and 8% fragrance oil. My final recommendation based on all this evidences we performed today. Start your own testing at 8% first. I think 8% is enough. It is very powerful, efficient, and cost effective starting point. You should always test specific fragrance oil, wax, and wick combination, and as well as the jar combination before selling your candles. But use 8% as your benchmark. Don't just assume that more is better. Test, measure, let the data tell you the truth. Now, I would love to hear from you. What's your experience has been? What's your go-to fragrance load for your favorite wax? Share whatever your findings are and comment below. I would love to read them, and I know your experience will help other candle makers right here in our community. And if you find this experiment valuable and want to see more content like this, which gives you real data based on real experiments, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel.